The Lion God has been terrifying up to this point, but this may be the scariest single episode of the entire run so far. And you guys will see what I'm talking about as we get through this. But what this does is it picks up in the aftermath of the Lion God taking over a grocery store. He used his reality manipulation powers to turn it into his own castle. There's a floating throne above the grocery store, comfortable enough for me to sit on. Workers, old people, all cower in fear. All the exits are replaced by reinforced doors. The store is fortified for a siege, and there's no way in or out except the front door. The grocery store doors changed to bulletproof ones, like at a bank. Poof. Every lie the Lion God told, everything he said came true. A platform appeared with a luxurious throne. Jason, a normal worker at the store, a worker whose hatred of superheroes has never been higher, floated in the air next to the Lion God, completely powerless. Jason was thinking about his daughter, Jessie, how this maniac was going to kill him, and she would be all alone in the world. The Lion God smiled. He sat on his throne. Now, act like the footstool you are. Jason's body jerked. He moved like a puppet. He went onto his hands and knees. The Lion God put his legs on his back, using him as a footstool. Jason burned with rage. If he ever got out of this, he was taking his daughter Jessie and moving away. It's good to be free. The Lion God lounged. His feet dug into Jason's back. The Lion God looked over at everyone in the store. Workers and shoppers before, now all wearing humiliating costumes he liked. He smiled. If Jason had the chance, he would run. Far away. As soon as he thought this, one of the workers got to his feet and ran for the exits. Clem. Sweet kid, but not that bright. Jason had to show him how to use the scanner 6 times. And they think they can still defy me. Clem sprinted towards the door as fast as he could. The boy over there has a heart attack. Clem fell to the ground, screaming. Jason closed his eyes in terror. Everything the Lion God said was true, and he wanted to run. He listened to the boy die. He knew now what he suspected. The Lion God wouldn't let them escape. Superheroes weren't coming, and Jason was totally, completely screwed. Wait, Jason said. Save his life, please? The Lion God chuckled. No. I'll tell you something about the store that you need to know, if you do. The Lion God's eyes narrowed. And what if I torture the information out of you? You normals are so dumb. Clem screamed out in pain. He clutched his chest. The other prisoners tried not to look at him. Why were they so weak? Why was the world so unfair? You don't know what I know, Jason said. And trust me, you're gonna need it. Clem was jerking in pain. But the Lion God adjusted his feet on Jason's back, digging into his spine. Fine. Speak. There's a tunnel under the store. Maintenance. Connected to the sewer. Lion God chuckled. Good. Now watch your friend die. Jason felt betrayed. He burned with rage. I didn't tell you where the tunnel was. The Lion God rolled his eyes. Fine. The boy over there's heart is the healthiest and strongest on Earth. Immediately, Clem stopped screaming. He rose hesitantly to his feet and looked up at Jason's platform. Jason made eye contact with him. He shook his head. Don't run, you idiot. Jason grit his teeth. If he ever got out of here, he didn't care how dangerous it was outside the city. He was taking his daughter Jessie and getting far away from this place, to a place supervillains would never go. Because looking at Clem getting shakily down onto his knees, Jason knew the truth. These superpowered monsters didn't care about human life. Not at all. As his body screamed out in pain from being the Lion God's footstool, Jason tried to remember everything he could about the Lion God. Jason hated superheroes so much, but he remembered reading something about how the Society of Heroes beat him. Something about how they had to surprise him. That the Lion God can make anything happen, but he has to be aware that something is happening to stop it. They attacked him when he was asleep, so he couldn't tell lies to kill his attackers. They also said something about how the Lion God's magic was very literal. Everything he said happened exactly how he said it. Footstool. Jason started. Adrenaline pumped in his veins. He remembered one more thing. Before they caught him, the Lion God killed thousands of people. What's your name? Kyle. Kyle Bassinger, his childhood friend. Jason played baseball with him, but still, the magic was tied to words. If the Lion God didn't know his name, well, Kyle Bassinger. Then why does your name tag say Jason? Jason panicked. The Lion God chuckled. Were you lying about the tunnel too? It would be so easy for me, to give you a heart attack too. Do you want one? Jason stressed. He could die. Jesse would come home to no father. The world at its end, at the mercy of this maniac. He shouldn't have lied. Stupid, stupid. Tell me, Mr. Jason, what do you think of all this? You will tell me the truth. The whole truth, or your head will explode. Jason felt a pressure at the base of his skull. He felt it when the lion god came into the room. Felt it when he changed his clothes to make him his servant. But now the pressure was real. Jason would die if he lied to him. Good boy. And Jason felt the hate rising in him. He wanted to kill the lion god. He wanted to kill every superhero in the world until no one was left but him and Jesse. But he couldn't. Tell me, Jason, what do you think of all this? The pressure in his skull buzzed. Don't lie to me, Jason. I think it's horrible. I think you're gonna kill us all, and I'm terrified. Jason tried to cover his mouth, but he couldn't. The lion god adjusted his feet on Jason's back, which hurt him even more. Jason looked over at the lion god, who was less than pleased. Kill you all? How uninspired. It would be easy for me. I just have to say Jason and all his friends and family are... Please, no. He hated that he had to beg. Hated it. But his daughter was the only thing he had to live for. He would lick this murderous superhero's feet clean if it meant she could live. The lion god laughed. No, of course not. Why would I play with my favorite footstool? Let me let you in on a little secret, Jason. I could do anything. I built a palace in the sky this morning. I could travel to other planets. I could lift a mountain over my head. I will never die, will never lose my mind, and will look young and handsome like this forever. As he said these things, his eyes glowed. Power radiated off his body. The lies came true. But I don't care about those things. Do you want to know why? The pressure buzzed in Jason's skull. If he lied, he would die. Yes. No. Whatever answer means I stay alive. The lion god hesitated. He looked at Jason with genuine curiosity. What's the point of being alive if you're not special? Jason hated heroes even more than he did, because the lion god was right. He was special. He could kill Jason for fun, and Jason couldn't do anything about it. Jason braced himself for the lion god to kill him, but he didn't. I'll tell you why. Because the only thing that matters isn't power or stupid things like revenge. No, the only thing that matters is other people. And if other people can't see you, nothing you do matters. Jason didn't understand what he said, but he felt like the man wasn't crazy. Maybe Jason could get out of this alive. Maybe. Jesters, at attention. Hey. Not now, Patreon alligator, the story's getting good. No, you have to tell them that they can watch an extra video every single week for $7 a month. $7 a month? I mean, that's kind of expensive. And they can read the scripts of future videos before they get released for $35 a month. Okay, for $1,000 a month, they can work on a creative project of their choice with you. You can even write someone's best man speech. I don't want to write a best man speech. That's an amazing deal. I'm sorry about him. Let's get back to it. Everyone in the crowd, the workers, the people stood. They looked uncomfortable in their medieval uniforms the lion god had generated for them. You will now entertain me. You two, step forward. He pointed to Jason's coworker, Max, and Mr. Flores, his manager. They stepped forward out of the crowd. Both of them looked terrified. You fight each other to the death. It happened faster than Jason could have imagined. Max punched Mr. Flores in the face. He was punching him with all the strength he had, with no regard for the safety of his body, of his hand. Jason wished he could punch the lion god with all that power, but he couldn't move. Besides, as soon as he did that, he would die, and Jesse would be all alone. Max cried out in pain. He broke his hand trying to punch Mr. Flores as hard as possible, sending him sprawling against the tile. Mr. Flores picked up a shovel from the gardening section and swung it at Max's head. He barely dodged, the shovel cutting his neck and sending blood dripping onto the floor. Max held the wound in his neck and tried to crawl away from Mr. Flores. No, please, Max screamed. I'm sorry, I can't control it, Mr. Flores said. Cheer for them, you idiots. The lion god laughed. Jason and the other people cheered for the fight. Jason remembered meeting Max, talking to him about covering his shifts. He was cool. Max had said he was going to work at Mega Fresh grocery store for 3 months. That was 2 years ago. Mr. Flores swung his shovel down at Max's face, but then something strange happened. Max melted into the floor. Jason's blood went cold. The superheroes were here. No fair, the Lion God screamed. Ghost Man breaks every bone in his Cthulhu. The entire room exploded. Jason was in a car accident when he was a kid. He remembered getting flung around, losing control. It was terrifying. This was 100 times worse than that. Jason was flying through the store, spinning and chaotic. He screamed, "Ugh!" Jason landed in the bread aisle. Bread is less comfortable when you fly into it at 60 miles per hour. Jason got up to his feet. He looked back where the Lion God was turned over on the ground. A floating silhouette with a cape flew out of the rubble, revealing a teenage superhero in bright colors. Oh no. Of all the superheroes Jason knew, this was the one he was most afraid of. Not him. Anyone but him. You're going back to jail, Lion God, the boy said. I have every single power you have, the Lion God said. The boy's eyes widened. No, wait! The grocery store exploded. Jason started crawling from the bread aisle towards the exit. Boom. Cthulhu. It didn't sound like superheroes fighting. It sounded like the end of the world. Jason! Jason! Mr. Flores was screaming, trapped under a fallen shelf. Jason looked towards the door. Even though it was reinforced steel, it was open. There was a side entrance. He could make it out, maybe. See Jesse. Boom. The store lit on fire. People screamed, Please, Jason! He couldn't leave him. Jason looked at the door one last time, then crawled toward Mr. Flores. The front of the store exploded. The Lion God's arm stretched out, pushing the boy into the wall right in front of them. Jason flattened to the ground. He hyperventilated. How many powers did these people have? People were dying. He was going to die. He made it to Mr. Flores and pushed as hard as he could against the shelf. It wouldn't budge. He grabbed Mr. Flores' hand and pulled as hard as he could. Nothing. Unbreakable skin, stretching my body shape to anything I can imagine. A black hole opened in the Lion God's chest. The power of a black hole in my chest? I think I found a new home, you insect. The boy superhero tried to fly away, but the Lion God grabbed him and crushed his arms to his body. Jason bent under the shelf and pushed. Mr. Flores crawled out from under it. Thank you. Let's go. He pulled Jason to the door, but Jason saw the Lion God crushing the kid. He's going to die, Jason said. Who cares? Run, Mr. Flores said. No. He pushed Mr. Flores away. Mr. Flores ran to the exit. The boy was getting crushed, bleeding out of his nose and mouth. Hey, footstool, pick on someone your own size. The Lion God turned around. He dropped the boy on the ground and faced Jason. I knew you normals were stupid, but Jason's blood boiled. Normals? I'm just like you. The Lion God scoffed. You're just like me. Sure you are. Immediately, Jason felt the power surge through him. The Lion God's power. The power of a god. His eyes glowed blue. The power doesn't care who speaks. It only cares that the lie is heard. You have a heart attack! Jason screamed. The Lion God fell to the ground, gasping for air. Jason kneeled over him. The power surged through his veins. He was incredibly strong, but the only thing he wanted to do was torture him. His eyes glowed blue. Look at me as you die, freak. You think you're better than me? Jason put his foot on the Lion God's gasping chest, but then the boy's voice sounded, weak, searching. Don't do it. You're not a killer. You're not like him. Jason saw it. He saw his future. He could be exactly like the Lion God. Exactly like him. Jason sighed. You're alive. The Lion God gasped for air, breathing in. His eyes glowed blue. Jason struggled to speak when the Lion God fell into a portal of red energy, disappearing into the floor. Out of a portal, a golden-haired doctor with red eyes and a man in a white suit walked out and checked on the boy. Well, the Alpha Centauri dimension should hold him for a bit. I hope he likes flying long distances. What if he can lie himself back? Ghostman said. I doubt it. No oxygen in that system, Dr. Insane said. Jason had seen them on the news. Ghostman? Dr. Insane? He's looking pretty bad. He looked at Jason. You mind giving us a hand? Jason hated superheroes. The boy was dying in front of him. It would be so easy to just make one less. But he was just a kid, just like Jesse. Jason sighed. The kid's as good as new. Healthy. The boy opened his eyes. You were right. I'm not a killer. Alexander gasped for air. Lion God? Is he? I sent him to another galaxy. You're safe. Jason smiled. It's all right. Your friends dealt with him. The man in the white suit turned to him. Those reality manipulation powers are pretty formidable. Lion God could do a lot of good if he was a good man like you. Ghostman put his hand out to Jason. Interested in joining us? Jason thought about it. I can do anything with these powers? Anything? Within reason. Why don't you use it to help us? Help people. Jason smiled. One condition. Jesse smiled and ran around their new apartment. It's so much better than our old place, Dad. It's so big. Jason smiled. He'd been working so hard for so long to provide for her, and now suddenly his daughter had everything he wanted. He could create anything for her. Jason had already made a trust fund of millions of dollars in her name. He could help out his parents. He could change the world. Jesse laughed. But for now, this was enough. Hope she likes it, Ghostman said. Jason smiled. She will. His eyes sparked blue. There's so much good I want to do with these powers. So many people I want to help. Ghostman sighed. If it were up to me, you would do it. Jason's eyes widened, but it was too late. Ghostman went transparent, passed through Jason, and locked a device around Jason's mouth. Jesse screamed, Daddy! Jason's eyes sparked blue, but Ghostman restrained him. But the way you can help people the most is by staying down in Floor 13 prison. Reality-altering powers are just too dangerous. You understand. Jason screamed against the device, but the device enclosed around his tongue. Ghostman sighed. I should really cut your tongue out, but I can't bring myself to do that. Jesse screamed and ran for Jason, but the boy's superhero arrived, holding her back. Jason tried to make eye contact with him, plead for him to save him, but Alexander didn't look at him. His face was as cold as stone. I'll make sure your daughter is taken care of. Jason's face went hot with rage. He struggled against the mouth restraint, swearing against all that was holy that if he ever got out, he would take his revenge. Jason was right about superheroes, right to hate them, even though, through some bizarre twist of fate, he had become one. Every last superhero had to die.